Hello and welcome to our exploration of Europe's economic landscape. Today we journey across this diverse continent to understand why a stark difference exists between its western and eastern halves. For decades, Western Europe has enjoyed a higher standard of living with stronger economies and greater prosperity. This disparity is visible in the everyday lives of people from bustling cities in the west to quieter towns in the east. But why does this gap exist? The answer, as we'll discover, lies in a complex tapestry of history, politics, and economics. From revolutions to wars and shifting political ideologies, the story of Europe's economic divide is a compelling narrative of resilience, transformation, and the enduring quest for progress. Join me as we delve deeper into the factors that have shaped this divide, exploring the historical events and economic forces that have left their mark on the continent. Together, we'll uncover the challenges and triumphs that have defined Eastern Europe's journey and shed light on its promising future. Our journey begins in the 18th century with a transformative period known as the Industrial Revolution. It began in Great Britain, spreading quickly across Western Europe. New machines were invented, factories were built, and people moved to cities for work. This led to mass production, increased trade, and a surge in wealth, particularly in nations like Great Britain, France, and Germany. Western Europe embraced these advancements, investing heavily in infrastructure like railroads and canals. These investments facilitated the transportation of goods and services, further boosting trade and economic growth. The Industrial Revolution, however, had a limited impact on Eastern Europe. This region remained largely agricultural, lacking the industrial base and infrastructure that propelled Western Europe to economic dominance. This difference in the pace of industrialization played a crucial role in shaping the economic trajectory of the two regions. While Western Europe was experiencing a period of rapid technological advancement and industrial growth, Eastern Europe lagged behind, setting the stage for the economic disparity that would become more pronounced in the following century. The first half of the 20th century brought about further upheaval with two devastating world wars. These conflicts ravaged Europe, causing widespread destruction and economic turmoil. However, the aftermath of World War II saw Western Europe embark on a remarkable path to recovery, aided significantly by the Marshall Plan. This US-funded initiative provided billions of dollars in aid to rebuild war-torn nations. This massive injection of capital allowed Western European countries to reconstruct their infrastructure, re-establish industries, and foster economic growth. The Marshall Plan's impact was transformative, propelling Western Europe into an era of unprecedented prosperity. Eastern Europe, however, did not experience the same post-war revival. Instead, it found itself on the other side of the Iron Curtain, under the influence of the Soviet Union. Section 4. Behind the Iron Curtain, the Soviet influence on Eastern Europe. Following World War II, Eastern Europe fell under the control of the Soviet Union, marking the beginning of the Cold War era. This period witnessed the imposition of communist regimes across the region, drastically altering its political and economic landscape. Centralized planning replaced free markets, private property was nationalized, and individual entrepreneurship was stifled. While the Soviet economic model aimed to create equality, it often resulted in inefficiencies and shortages. The focus on heavy industries and centralized planning neglected consumer goods and services, leading to a lower standard of living compared to Western Europe. Moreover, restrictions on free trade and limited interaction with global markets further hindered economic progress in Eastern Europe. This period of Soviet influence solidified the economic divide between Eastern and Western Europe. The legacy of this era, with its centralized planning and lack of economic freedom, continued to impact the region even after the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. Section 5. A New Dawn, Uncertain Futures, Transitioning to Market Economies. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 marked a pivotal moment in European history. For Eastern Europe, it heralded the end of Soviet domination and the beginning of a long and challenging transition from centrally planned to market-based economies. This shift brought about both opportunities and significant difficulties. Privatization, deregulation, and integration into the global market were key aspects of this transition. However, the process was often turbulent, marked by economic instability, high unemployment, and social unrest. Many former state-owned enterprises struggled to adapt to the competitive pressures of a free market. Despite the challenges, this period also saw Eastern European countries demonstrate remarkable resilience and determination to rebuild their economies. They embraced democratic reforms, implemented market-oriented policies, and worked towards creating a more prosperous future.